What I want to talk about here is how the hierarchical metaphor kind of frames our thinking and how that really creates a problem for us. All right. We start with what Lakewood says is that the lives of individuals are significantly influenced by the central metaphors they use to explain complex phenomena. Right. So let's take an example of, say, the Democrats and Republicans in the United States. And there's a kind of a feeling that it's a black and white metaphor that they have in their mind, which then allows the people to look at it as it can be actually what we would call a blood war. I mean, because there's no link, there's no way to connect the black and white. And I'm saying that I think that there's a historical preference that we have for hierarchy that has the same kind of negative metaphor to it. So if we take this hierarchical metaphor, it has given us great advantage in terms of scale from the point of view of mass cooperation and from the point of view of growing as a species, and it has allowed us to grow and to do things, but it's become a problem for us as we have tried to accommodate, say, multiculturalism and stuff like that within the group because of the hierarchical issue. Now, I'm saying that one of the reasons for that is that it really just doesn't mirror what our world is about. So if you look at this picture of our world, what do we do with this picture if we try to put it into a hierarchy? Does it belong in the dog folder? Does it belong in the kids folder? Does it belong in the father's folder? It doesn't really fit any one of those three comfortably, all right? So it's not a hierarchical situation. It actually is a very relational situation. And it's relational beyond just the idea of what basic folder we would put it in. And you look at things like that, here's the father node and there's the daughter node. Let's say that this is the node for the shirt. And so the father picked the blue shirt, so we have that relationship, right? But then there's also a relationship in that the daughter selected the blue shirt. So the reason that relationship is red is actually because the reason the father picked the blue shirt is because the daughter actually bought the blue shirt for the father. So there's a relationship that's inside of everything we do that is not really best presented in a hierarchical fashion, but rather in a relational fashion. And I'm saying that even some of my favorite writers, like Harari, he gets stuck into this hierarchical preference when he looks at all of his institutions, his political, economic, and social institutions. When he looks into the future, he's kind of stuck with this hierarchy. We take Tagmark; he's stuck with a hierarchy all the time. He puts all of our goals into a hierarchical structure, and so I'm not saying it's always wrong, but I'm saying that it should be a great caution for us, because the world is not really structured that way. So are we representing things that make it easier for us to do as a species to talk about them, but they are really not relevant to the way the world is structured? And so are we doing what we do with it by using black and white?